What it do? It's your boy Lou. I'm back with another video. This one is a story time. It was when, I think this was 2010, 2011. I was in my second AIT. I had to reclass. So the first advanced individual training that I did to learn my job was at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio. And then I had to reclass because my MOS, my job was over strength, and I only signed up for 3 years. So I had my 3 years was up. So now I had to do another contract with the Army. And so I did another 3 years, but I couldn't sign up for the same MOS. So the only MOS that was available at the time was 42 Alpha, which is Human Resources. And so their AIT is stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So I go to Fort Jackson. At this point in time, I'm stationed at Fort Gordon in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia. And so, I'm sorry. And now it's, I'm sorry. Now it's, I don't want to get this wrong because I don't be paying attention anymore. Fort Eisenhower. Oh, that's the new name for Fort Gordon? Or Camp Gordon, I don't know. Whatever the new name is for Fort Gordon. Anyway, it's in Augusta, Georgia. So I was stationed at Augusta. I was working at Eisenhower. And so I left there. I was still living there, like I was living in Augusta, Georgia. I had an apartment. And so I was married at the time. I had just had my daughter. And so I had to go for, I think AIT was like 6 weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. It was a long stint. I think it was like a month, I want to say. But nonetheless, story time. So we had 2 weeks left in training before we got our orders to go to our new duty station, right? So we're all in a day room, we're all having fun, we're all chilling. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. We're sitting there talking about what we want to do. So nobody out there is from South Carolina, so we're like, what y'all want to do? So everybody come to the agreement that let's go to strip club. So at the time, we didn't want to go to a club because they had just had a shooting at the clubs down there. So we was like, nah, let's just go to something like more laid back and chill. So we found this like small little strip club in the South Carolina is country anyway. So it's like woods and all that. So we leave the base at around like 11:30. It was almost midnight. We leave, we go down, and I think the strip club is about 30 minutes away. So we drive down there. I'm driving my vehicle. I had a white and black Charger, and my homeboy from Memphis, he was riding with me. So boom, we head out. Everybody riding with whoever they riding with. We stop at the ATM, everybody get cash out, however much they want to spend, whatever the case may be. Boom. We get to this strip club. Now, it's one of those strip clubs that's laid back, chill, calm. VIP, I think, was like $20 or something like that. If you want to, go into a room, it was like $50 or something like that if you want to take a stripper in the room, whatever. So our whole crew is in this little booth section. It's like a booth section to the left of the club. So you could see all the stages. It was like 1, 2, 3. I think it was like 3 or 4 stages in the middle of the strip club. And then VIP was at the top on both sides. Like you had to walk up the stairs and then it was on both sides, right? And then there was back rooms on both sides and then the lockers for the girls or whatever. Cool. So we chilling. It's packed. Like it is packed. And I'm like, dang, like it ain't like a top strip club either. It's like low maintenance, you know what I'm saying? Off to the cut. So I'm like, okay, but it's packed. So we chilling, everything good. Midnight rolled by, everything good. 1 o'clock, everything good. So now everybody start feeling like they getting tired. So it's like, 1:30 in the morning. So everybody like, man, I'm done. I'm burnt out. I hadn't spent no money at this point. Like, you know, there was a dude there from New Orleans that was with us, and he kind of was just giving people money, like, here, throw it. I was just pocketing that shit, 'cause I'm not throwing no money. But nah, the money he gave me, I wound up giving it back to him. I was like, nah, bro, I ain't throw it, bro. I ain't in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Like, the strippers was kind of lame. They was kind of like trying to get you to just throw money, and then they wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, whatever. So, which is why I don't go to strip clubs now. It's just a waste of time, waste of energy, waste of money, right? So here's how the story kind of took a turn. So we in there chilling. So this me, I'm facing this way. I'm facing like all the stage and all the dancers, they're dancing. I'm like this. It's a stripper in front of me, and it's 4 dudes like this. We all sitting side by side. The girls that was with us, they twerking, they dancing like they're strippers and shit, but we like, whatever. So the strippers come over there, they looking at us, they choosing. They like, you wanna dance, And so dudes are like picking based on like, oh, she look good, or she got a fatty, or she this. I'm just chilling. So it was one black female that came up to me, but she had popped a perk or something. She was just like, you wanna dance? Like, she was lit. She was out her mind. So I was like, nah, you good. So she dipped, and she was like, oh, you know, you gonna miss it. I give good head. I'm like, I don't care about that. Bye. So as soon as she turned to go that way, my eyes turned that way as well. Not to look at her, because she ain't had no body or nothing anyway. But to look at, it was a lot of stuff going on in the background. It looked like it was fighting or something. So I looked, and it was, all I see is one black dude like this, and another black dude like warming his arms up or something. Like, he like, all right, gotta beat another nigga type shit. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm telling the people that came with me, since I am a leader, I guess, in this group, I'm telling everybody, hey man, let's dip. Cause they about to start fighting. We not from here. These niggas might start pop, right? So a group leave. And while me and my boy walking out, the one that drove me, I'm looking around for another dude that came with us. So I'm like, where he at? Y'all seen him? Everybody like, nah, we ain't seen him. I instantly think back like, okay, if he drove, okay, he's straight. He drove, he's straight. I'm hitting his phone up, he not answering, whatever. I don't know where he at. He could have dipped and went somewhere. He could have went back before us. I don't know. So I go to my car. Me and the dude that was with me from Memphis, we go to the car, and I look in the back seat and I see dude keys. So I'm like, oh, those his keys. Let me give him his keys. So I'm calling, no answer. I'm calling, no answer. And I'm like, if his keys is here, his car is still here, so he's still here. Like, where are you, bro? So I had remembered earlier that night, because I was lit a little bit. I was a little tipsy at that point. And I remember him giving me his keys to put in my pocket, because I was the only one that had pockets. Everybody else had on like, if they had pants, they didn't have, I had pants on that zip up. Like, so I can lock people keys and nothing will fall out my pocket. So that's why people was handing me stuff to put in my pocket. So I zipped my pants up, put his keys in my pocket. But at some point in time, me and dude from Memphis went back to my car to drop something, to put something in the car, get something out the car, and I put his keys in the back seat. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. So I get the keys, I have them in my hand now. I'm hitting him up, he not answering. So boom, I go, man, bump that. Let's go back inside, see if we see him. So me and Memphis are the only ones left out of the crew. It's just me, Memphis, and then this dude that we looking for. I'm not gonna say his name, but dude we looking for. So boom, we go back inside. Now the dudes that were squaring up, they swinging now. Boom, 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 boom. They hitting each other. Boom, I'm like, oh, so I'm holding him back like, yo, chill. So next thing you know, the light-skinned dude had got dropped. Bam! So everybody in the club was like, ooh, you know, and now your feelings hurt. It was like a fresh out of a movie type shit. The light-skinned dude get up, and he like reaching in his pocket, and then he was like, boo, 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 boo. He letting them joints go. I mean, bop, bop, bop. He letting them go, right? So I'm like, damn, son. So they shooting, boom, boom, boom. I see out the corner of my eye the dude we looking for. He come out of the VIP room with a little, with a stripper. So he like, oh. So we look, I'm doing this like we out. I got your keys, we out. So he see me in Memphis going through where the strippers locker room is, cause they got like a little back door through their locker room. So we go through there, we in my car, we just posted. So the dude that was shooting, 5 minutes later, we see him run out. He tripping, he falling around, he run out the girls' locker room kind of 5 minutes after us. So we like, dang. So like, I had tent on my Charger, so he can't see us, we can see him though. So he parked right next to me. So I'm like, dang. But I'm hopeful because I'm like, all right, bet. If he get to his car, he get in the car, he gonna bonk out, and then they probably gonna chase him and we ain't got nothing to worry about. No, this idiot is posted up by the side of his car. So now I'm like, I gotta pull out, because if they run out, they might start firing at him. I don't wanna get caught in the middle of that. But before I could pull out, the people he was shooting at was running out the front, and they looking back like, where he at, and they got long guns. I'm talking about them shits like ARs with honey bun drums. Like, these niggas is out there like, what's up, where he at? So the dude hops on my car, on the hood of my car, and start firing. So they shooting back, but they running. Thank God my car didn't get hit at this point. So I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm yelling, yo, get off my shit. So he like, my bad. So they bonk out. So the people that were shooting back at him, they went to the left. They left out and went to the left. Pew, they zooming. But they went this way. So when you come out of the strip club, you come out of the parking lot, if you make a left, it does a Y. So you can either go left and go that way, or go left and make a hard left and make that turn too. So like, this is a two-way street, and then if you go this way, it's a two-way street, but like you can also go left, if that makes sense. So they go that way, like they made a left and then they curved and went that way. So way back to the base was making a straight, make a left and go straight down the street. So when I seen them bonk out that way, this dude left and he went to the right. So then me and the other dude, at that point, I done forgot about the keys. Because at this point, I'm like, we got to get back. We got to get to safety. I don't know what's about to happen. They look like they going to get their homeboys. I don't know. So we bonk out. We halfway to base, 15 minutes away from base. Get a phone call. It's the dude. Hey, bro, you got my keys, bro. You got my keys. I said, damn. I said, oh, yeah, I forgot. I said, hey, as soon as it calm down, let me know. We're going to park right here. As soon as it calm down, let us know. We'll turn back around and we back to give you your keys. So he like, bet. So he called us back probably about 10 minutes later. And he like, hey, bro, the police here, the ambulance here. Some people got shot, but they okay. Like, they got a little, leg, shot in the leg, shot in the arm type shit. But nobody got killed. Nobody got seriously hurt type shit. So I'm like, I bet. So we can see the lights from where I'm parked. There's the street light. There's one street light, and then there's the second street light. At that second street light is sirens and lights. So I'm like, okay, cool. The police right there. But that whole strip is dark. There's no lights on the side of the road. And so it's like 2:30 in the morning. So I'm like, bro, come on, bro. We gotta do better than this. So I'm like, I bet. So seeing this long stretch to the first light, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna drive fast because I don't want people to think that I'm a part of it because of my car. Because I have a Hemi Charger. And this is when the Chargers had just kind of came out a little bit. Like, nobody was really checking for them until, around this time. So I think everybody had a Charger or Challenger at this point in the military for us, right? So I'm riding, and I got 15-inch subwoofers in the back. I got lights on my car, lights inside the car. So, like, my car bring a lot of attention, and I had rims on it. So I turned the radio down, so there's no doom, 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 there's none of that. And I'm just driving, doing the speed limit. Me and Memphis having a regular conversation. 5 minutes later, we headed to the light, and all I hear is do 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 do. And Memphis is like, oh, he's like, yo, you hear that? You hear that? Somebody shooting. And I instantly hear the back of my windshield just shatter. Psh, I'm like, oh, they shooting at us. I'm gone. I'm doing like 110. And in my trunk, there were duffel bags. It was some of my luggage, my clothes, boots, all types of stuff, military stuff. I had windshield wiper fluid. I had something else in the back in my trunk. I had my daughter's car seat in the back seat. A lot going on. So I was like, nah, bro. Like somebody literally shot my car up. Driving back. Bullet goes past my head. And this is how I know it went past my head. You can hear when something's like, you know what I'm saying? Like when something whizzes past your ear, you can hear it like. So when I heard that, I was stuck in place anyway. So it wasn't like I was doing this. I was just kind of like driving like, oh, trying to keep my head down. And I heard, and right when I heard that, I just seen the bullet go in through the glass. But it lodged into the front of my windshield. It didn't shatter the glass. It just lodged into it. So I'm like, oh my God, like that is crazy. It could have, if I would have leaned, I would have been out of there, right? Boom. Get to the light. See the cops. The lights that we saw was from them catching, they had pulled over the dudes that was shooting in the club. They was coming back to get some more, to get some more shots off, but they got caught with guns, weed, all that stuff in the car. So they was getting arrested. They was on the ground. They had the choppers, everything. So we drive past that. We get past the second light, and the strip club's on the right. Once we get by the strip club again, we see a whole new set of lights and ambulance and all that stuff. So we like, oh man, it was crazy. So I pull my car in, and my car is lit up. Like, I think my car got shot up 36 times. I think that's how many bullets we counted. That's how many shell casings we counted, 36. And majority of them was in my duffel bag. Like, they was coming out from the sides of the trees of the forest area, shooting from both sides of my car, thinking that I was a part of that situation. I think it was because I was parked next to the dude. So, boom. So I get out the car and I'm lit. I'm pissed off. I'm already a little tipsy, so I'm pissed. But that woke me up. Like, if you've ever been tipsy, not to the point where like you not supposed to be driving, but like to the point where like you feel good, but you also like cognizant of everything that's around you. Like, I roll the window down, I could drive for hours and I'm wide awake. You know what I'm saying? So I get back, I get out the car, a police officer meets me. He's like, were you a part of this? I'm like, no, I was driving back to give my soldier his keys and somebody just shot my car up. I don't know who it was. It was dark, no lights, nothing. I don't know. I can't tell you what they look like. I wasn't gonna say nothing anyway. It ain't my place. I ain't no snitch. Like, it ain't my business to. So, because we not from there anyway. So if I was to tell, oh, these dudes look like this, that's dumb. I don't know these dudes. I don't even know what they look like, right? So, bad. I went from being kind of like calm talking to the officer to as soon as I seen old buddy, I spazzed. I started to spaz because I'm like, bro, we would have been on base had you not been pillow talking and chilling with this shorty in the VIP spot. Like, they was in there. Now, when I look back hindsight, he was in that VIP room for like 12 songs. 12 songs. Now, anybody know, if you go to a strip club, you have to pay for every song. Every dance, every song is a new price, right? So it might be the same, like $5 a song, or you know what I'm saying, something like that. But that add up, right? So you in there for 12 songs, 5 times 12, count it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I bet. So I guess Shorty was waiting on her payment because he didn't have the cash because that incident happened. So he had to go to ATM. So she's sitting there with her jacket on, and it's not cold outside. It's a little chilly, but it's not cold. So she out there with her jacket on because all she got on is her bikini type stuff. Like she got on her little thong and her bra, but she got her little fur coat on. So she waiting for her money. So she's like, I'm not going nowhere till I get paid, right? I get it that this situation about I want my money. So old buddy, like, he's cuffing her, like he holding her by the waist, and you know what I'm saying, like talking to her, like, and I'm like, bro, you don't see my car? Like, I get it, like this is not your fault, so I'm not mad at you for that, but I'm mad at you at the fact that you care more about shorty that you just met and you sprung over her rather than your brothers, and we could have died tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just got in a shootout for no reason, and we coming back to give you your keys. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So the cop, he looked at my face and he was like, yo, you know, talk to me. What's going on? It was a black dude. He like, talk to me. What's going on? I said, I'm mad right now because they shot up my whole car. My daughter's car seat got shot up. Everything. Like, I'm lit. Like, I'm pissed. And I'm like, we had to come back because I had to get keys to this dude. And look at him. He over there with shorty cuffing her, holding her, and all this stuff, and trying to get her number. And we over here went through a traumatic experience. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bet. So the cop like, yeah, you right. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's kind of wild. Like he basically saying he don't care. So I called my wife at the time, and I'm like, yo, this happened. Car got shot up. I know we graduate in like 2 weeks, but I'm a call an insurance company, get them to fix my vehicle, and hopefully it's ready by the time, you know, it's time for me to drive back to Georgia, and then we get orders. I had got orders to Fort Drum, New York. So I was like, all right, bet. I gotta be in Fort Drum, New York in 3 weeks, right? So basically they gave me a week. After graduation, they gave me a week to drive to New York from Georgia. Like, I couldn't find a flight in time that was affordable for me to get to New York. So it was like, I bet. And the reason that I find that I couldn't get a flight was because I wanted to drive, because they were telling me at Fort Drum, we have housing on base for you and your spouse and your kid if you can get here by set date. So every flight that I found was like, no, it's after that day. It's after that day. So I was like, I'll drive. I don't mind it, right? So I was like, but the only way I can drive is if my car is ready, right? So called them. I get off the phone, and as soon as I hang up the phone, old buddy coming up with the girl. This is why I was mad, right? After everything that we just went through, you come up to me, I get off the phone. The first thing he said to me was not, bro, I'm sorry that this happened, this and the third. The first thing he said to me was, bro, you got $50? Because that's all I owe her. I owe her $50 because the ATM, they closed we couldn't go back in the strip club because now it's a scene, right? They want to make sure they count all the bullets and all that stuff, right? So I'm like, but there's a gas station right there, my nigga. You could go to the gas station and get the 50. But why is that your concern right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'll get her money. Like, she don't matter about that. Like, she gonna get her money, but let's focus on this. Because at the end of the day, if you focus on us and make sure everything's straight and all that, at the end of that, because my car was still drivable. Let me say that. It's still able to drive, right? So I'm like, after we figure out what's going on, we make sure we good as a whole, it's nothing for me to get the car fixed. Then we could go to the gas station, get her money, and then everything's straight. But that was your first response. So boom. Now I want to fight, bro. Because now you trying me, bro. Like, that's mad disrespectful, bro. And everybody who know me know I'm not a dude that start fights. You feel me? Like, I'll react. You know what I'm saying? If it get to a certain point, like, I got to get to that point. Like, I'm not just going to be just swinging on it for no reason. So it was like, bet, like, I done went through all this. You don't care. This is the first question you asked. Boom, strike, strike, strike. Now, this is where it got worse. So I don't know if he went to his car and found the $50 or whatever, but he paid her. Boom. We headed back to base, right? He zoomed. He want to get to base first, so he zoomed. Phew, he gone. Me and Memphis get back in the car. We driving. We don't want to go down that same road, but the cop was like, that's the only road leading back. to the interstate so you could get back on the thing. He was like, if you go this way, you got to go all the way around and then hit the interstate. So I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. So, but I was like, I had to make a decision. I'm like, do I want to go back down this road where they just shot my car up, or do I want to go down this road where I don't know, it's lit, but I don't know what's going on down there? And that's where them dudes came from who was blicked up. So I'm like, I don't want to go down that road too. So I'm like, damn, what am I going to do? So I say, you know what? God, I prayed. Me and Memphis prayed together. And then he was like, bro, it's in God's hands. Let's just go, drive as fast as you can down that road, and let's get back to base. So we drive fast. We make it back. No harm, no foul. When I get to the base, to the gate of the base, the looks on their faces when they saw my car made me feel like, damn, I look like I went to war already. Like my car is lit up. So I'm telling them the story, just a little bit of it, because I'm like, I got to get back, because they probably worried, like, where are these 3 dudes at? So they're like, yeah, your other soldier just came through about 5-10 minutes ago. Cool. So we go through the gate. I park my vehicle because I think this was a Sunday. Now it's Sunday because that was Saturday night. Now this is Sunday morning. So I was like, now I can't even call. I was like, there's no shops open on Sunday. So I can't even call somebody to fix my car Sunday. I have to call Monday morning. So that day I walk into the barracks, everybody in the day room, everybody. I'm talking about the whole unit in the damn day room at this point. The first sergeant is there. It was just a lot of people. So we walking in, and Memphis walk in first. And when he turned the corner, people were like, "Woo, thank you, thank you, thank you." Like, that's what I heard. But I guess because his face was kind of like, man, like he was shaking his head like it was a crazy night. But I guess they thought, damn, like Lou got killed. Like, you know what I mean? Like he got shot or something, because the way he was looking was like, man. So they was like, no, don't tell us. So then I turned the corner and they was like, woo, like they happy, like clapping. So the New Orleans dude, he come up to me, he like, hey baby, like you good? Like you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, fam, I'm good. And he like, damn, shorty, like, what happened? So I'm telling him the whole story. Mind you, the dude that was there, he's there sitting down too, but now he talking to the girls. Like he wanted to be a playboy type shit. Whole time, this dude married with 2 kids. But the whole time he's sitting there, he talking to the girls on the couch on some old, you know what I mean? I had a little stripper, you know what I mean? Got her number and all that stuff. He hyping it up. Bad. So I'm talking to the dudes. I'm like, yeah, this what happened. I'm telling first son, yeah, this what happened. And then I went back to give him his keys. While on the way back, somebody lit my car up. Bullet went past my head. All this crazy stuff. So she was like, where your car at? I said, it's out front. She said, let me see it. So we go out. The first time was funny. She was from Chicago. She like, let me see. So we go outside. A lot of people follow me. They looking at the car. We looking at it. They like, damn. I wish I had the video, the pictures, but I come from an era where we didn't record stuff. Like we didn't record situations like that. You know what I'm saying? Our focus was get out of Dodge. Like it's not they shooting, they fighting. We're not doing that because now you could become a victim. So I'm out of there, right? So after that, we come back inside. First sergeant asked me and old dude to come into her office. So we go in the office, we talking to her, and then she kind of kicked me out. She was like, let me talk to him. Bet, I leave. I go out there, talk to them again. Now, when they're in there talking, the girls are asking me, like, how do you feel? Because before we left, I was like, I don't want to go to a regular nightclub because I heard they were shooting. Everybody wanted to go to the strip club, except for me initially. I was like, nah, I don't like going to strip clubs. Because that to me, they kind of worse than regular clubs, right? Because now you got naked females running around, and then dudes that act like they ballers is throwing money. And if they see a girl that they like and they coming over there giving you play and you not really throwing no money, they hate on you, right? So they're like, how you feel? Because we knew you didn't want to go initially. So I was like, I'm pissed, bro. But I'm not even mad at that because it was Saturday. I'm mad at the fact that this nigga here was pillow talking and having a good old time with Shorty and worried about her and wasn't giving a fuck about none of his soldiers, none of us. Like, we your brothers, bro. We came here with you. You don't know this, Shorty. We not even gonna be in South Carolina in the next week or two. We out of here. So it was just like, you corny. So boom, after that, he come out of the first sergeant office, then I go in. Now, disclaimer, I ain't gonna say disclaimer, but first sergeant, I think everybody thought me and first sergeant was having sex. You know what I'm saying? Because our chemistry was so cool. Like, she could talk to me about anything, I could talk to her about anything type stuff. That's just how it was. We never discussed personal stuff though. I never talked to her about my relationship with my wife. She never talked to me about her relationship with her husband. We never talked about nothing like that. If it was anything about personal, it was like, oh, my daughter, you know, this, and all my sons did this, that, and the third. And she was a female that wore a size 12 shoe. So everybody was like, dang, she kind of tall for a girl, and she wears a size 12 shoe, men's. So I wore a size 13, 14, depending on what shoe I wore. So she would always try to steal my boots and all type of stuff. So everybody was like, man, y'all probably fucking or something. You know how people get, you know, every perception is everything, right? So me and her sitting down, we chopping it up. She asked him, she was asking him like important questions like, do you care that, you know, your battle buddies was involved in this incident because you left the keys and you told him it was safe to come back, and then this happened. And the whole time he basically kept avoiding the answer. He kept avoiding it just to be like, that's not my fault, that's not my problem, this, that, and the third. So I was like, he right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right in the sense that it's not your fault. Nobody knows that something like that is going to happen, right? No one knows. You're not expecting for your friend to be riding down the street or your battle buddy to be riding down the street in a dark street and somebody just shoot on both sides of his car. That doesn't happen on a day-to-day basis, right? So it's not his fault in that sense. It's your fault in the sense that when I come back and I visually see what you have on now, because I didn't see him when he left. I saw him when we was leaving, when we was coming back. Now that I visually get to inspect what you got on, there's no reason why you should have gave me your keys. Because you have on a jacket and then you have on a windbreaker underneath that you could have put your keys in and zipped that up and then put your jacket over top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you could have took the jacket off, just had the windbreaker on, but left your keys in there, zipped that up. So I'm like, you told me you didn't have no pockets. So now I'm like, oh wow, like that's crazy. So boom, she like, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you touching him. I don't want you doing nothing. Like, don't fight him, don't none of that. I'm like, nah, you ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't tripping. Because if anything, I would have whooped his ass right then and there. So I'm like, I'm not on that. I want my car fixed. So Monday morning, I need to find the nearest shop that they could fix my car immediately, right? So she helped me with that. She was like, well, I know some people out here in South Carolina and they're, you know, officers and colonels and all that stuff, and they'll let me know. So she was like, just stay away from dude. I don't want you getting into nothing with him. All right, cool, got you. When I leave her office, she was like, I'm gonna come check on you later too to make sure you okay. Checking on you later, it's already, at this point, I think it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, right? So she was like, go upstairs, take a shower, get some rest, whatever, I'll check on you later. So I'm like, bet. I go in, go upstairs. Well, I first of all, I went and talked to everybody else. Everybody was calm. At the end of the conversation, everybody was laughing again and joking again, and it was jokes, right? Everybody leave, everybody disperse, go to their separate rooms. Now, everybody had roommates except for me. I was the only person in the platoon or in the group that did not have a roommate. I think my roommate that I initially had left, I think he quit. Like, he got out the military. He was done. He was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. So he got out the military. So I had my own room. So nobody could come to your room and just walk in. Like, they have to knock because there was codes on the door. And if you did not know the code, like, even if you knew the code to my room, there was still a little chain thing that you could put on the door. So you could know the code, but you're gonna get stopped because you ain't gonna be able to come in, right? And I did that for a reason, just because a lot of people knew each other and knew each other's codes, and they would just walk in each other's room. I wasn't about that. I don't know y'all like that, right? Not like that, but not enough to walk in my room unannounced, right? So I hear a knock on my door. I wake up, it's like, I want to say 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I really didn't sleep that much. I was mentally gone. So I'm like, who is this? I look out the peephole, it's First Sergeant. So now I'm like, oh, hold on, because I sleep in my shorts. So I'm like, let me put a shirt on, let me put some socks on, let me get presentable so you're not just walking in and I got on shorts and because people walking up and down the hallway. So it's like, I don't want somebody to see First Sergeant leaving or coming into my room and they see me with no shirt and shorts on. And then when she leaving, I got the, you know what I mean? So it was just like the perception. So she come in, she sit on the opposite bed, because my bed is against the wall this way, on the back wall. And then there's a roommate bed right here, but I ain't got no roommate. So that bed's like this. So she comes, she sit on that bed. She like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So she was like, she gave me a list. Like, I'm talking about a long list of shops in the area. So I was like, damn, she really was on top of her shit. Like, she really said she was gonna do it. So she gave me the list. I'm like, I bet. She like, in the morning, first thing in the morning, you need to be calling these people to get your car fixed, because the news is, oh, now y'all's graduation has been moved up 3 days. So instead of y'all graduating on that Friday, y'all gonna be graduating on that Tuesday next week. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, I don't know how long they're gonna take on your car. So it's Sunday. So if I can get my car fixed sometime Monday through Sunday of that following week, I'm good. Then I can leave, then we could do the graduation that Tuesday, and I could drive to Georgia, pick up my wife and daughter, and drive to New York, right? So while I'm sitting there going through the numbers, I'm looking up, because I had a laptop. I'm looking up the laptop, looking up these businesses to see if they're legit and all that stuff, right? She's sitting there with me again. So she was like, I got something for you, so come to my office at around 3 o'clock. Bet. She leaves. While she leaving, old buddy that we was going through all this shit for was walking by. He sees her leaving out my room, and so instead of him just being like, whatever that was, I don't care, whatever, like he was doing before, now you care. So now you all up in my business now. So now you telling people, oh, I just seen First Sergeant leaving out of his room. And it's, 11 o'clock during the day on a Sunday. First Sergeants normally ain't even there on the weekends. But of course she was there because of what happened. So they're like, he telling everybody, pretty much throwing in their head like, oh, he fucking First Sergeant. Like, they sleeping together type shit. So I come downstairs. It's like 2 o'clock. I'm in the day room chilling with, some of my people there. Some of the people I fuck with. Some people I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all clicked. As soon as we linked up for the first time, we all clicked. We was all cool, right? Memphis down there. New Orleans down there. There's another dude from Cali. Another dude from New York. It was 2 dudes from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. It was another dude from Harlem and another dude from the Bronx. So we all sitting there, we having a blast, right? Then the girls start coming in, and they start laughing, joking with us. One of the girls say, so, what happened between you and First Sergeant this morning? I said, what are you talking about? She like, well, so-and-so told us she left out of your room at this time of night, or this time this morning. So I'm like, so? Like, she came to check on me to make sure I was good. Like, that's what the First Sergeant's supposed to do, you feel me? So then she was like, pretty much like, well, that ain't what he told us. He told us like, y'all was So I'm like, come on, bro. Like, cut it out, bro. Cut it out. But part 2 on the way.